Okay, now I want to show you how to use our file management options. And I'll download an app onto the B2G and also show you how to delete it and navigate on the file manager, ES File Explorer. So it's located on our home screen 3 in the main body of the home screen right next to settings. I'm actually on settings now, so I'm going to do a chord 1, 2 to go to the left.
ES File Explorer.
And I'm going to open it up with you could use the .8 or the center button. And so I want to give you a little background on the layout of ES File Explorer. It often opens up at local, especially when you first get the device. And there are two little icons that say linear layout when you bypass them. And the main area you want to get to is on the left side of the screen where you have a number of different titles in a column, and I'll go to those now. So if it starts out at local on yours, you hit the tab right or space 4 or 5. And you do it twice to get through this linear layout thing.
Linear layout. Linear layout. Favorite.
And then when you get to favorite, you're on the left column of the different items you want to choose from. I also want to explain that they go in this order: favorite, local, and then library is the next one. Local is where you want to get to for the SD card and USB options. I'm going to contract it though. The tab's already open. So if it ever seems like this when you have your ES File Explorer open and it starts with favorite, I'm going to do a chord 4 to go down now. Local, and then if it went to library, that means the tab for local is not open, and that's what you want to use almost all of the time. So I'm going to go back up with a chord 1 to local and press the center button to open that tab up. Now when I go down, instead of library, it'll say local, then it'll go to home, device, download, and then the SD cards.
Device, download,
SCID card 0, SD card 0, which is internal memory. SD card 1 is the external SD card, which I have in the back of the B2G right now. And same with USB. USB 1 would be external USBs that you connect onto the side of the B2G. So I'm going to open this up, SD card 1. And it populates the files on that SD card 1 in the center of the screen now. And that's where we want to go. So in this case, in order to break through to that screen element, we're not sliding the screen or double tapping. We'll do a chord 6, a space with 6. And in this area here, I'm going to install the BARD app, I guess, on the device to show you how you could install an app that's not embedded in the B2G when you buy it. So in this screen element, I'm going to go up with a chord 1, because these are alphabetical, and I'm on B MacDonald, my name. I'm going to go up to B2G, but the BARD app is coming up after the number ones. So you could also do the forward and back buttons to navigate through this home screen. That way you won't leave that screen element and come back into the column on the left or above or below. So what I will do is demonstrate that, but I can also show you that you can do a chord a chord 6 to go to the right, or a chord 3 to go to the left. And the reason I'm showing you that is because it's just another way to navigate. But the important thing is right now it defaults to this icon view. You can go to the bottom of these screen elements, and I'll explain those in a minute, where you can change the view to a different layout if you want a list view, which might be easier to navigate. So I'll show you that in a minute. But right now, so I'm on the BARD app, and I'm going to show you how to install an app, because this is how Android works, and I think it'll give you a good demonstration of it. So I'm going to press the center button, and it starts with Show All, and you want to just go to the area where it says Cancel or Install. So whenever you're going to install an update of an app that you already have, or an app that you want to download, if it didn't directly do it, you do a tab 4-5, a right tab, space 4-5, I should say, chord 4-5. It'll always say, do you want to do this cancel first? If you hit tab right or chord 4-5 one more time, install. So I'm going to press the center button to install the BARD app onto the B2G right here.
Scroll view.
And it says scroll view when it's installing on Braille. And it doesn't take that long to install most apps, to be honest. This one is just completed. And if you press the chord 4-5 again, it'll say done. And that's how you know it's complete. Then I can press the center button to say, okay, it's done. I could tab 4-5 to the right to open the app right now, which I won't do because I don't want to show you that right now. So I'm going to go to done and press center. So now I did install the BARD app onto this B2G device. And we'll go to that in a minute. But I do want to show you, I could hit the backward button to go to the next, to the left, next, in this case an APK file for the user interface. The same thing here, I went to another one which is a Rev B version of an APK. Just to show you how you can stay in the screen element. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, American Girl. That's a long title, but that music file was being tested. So in this way I've gone and stayed within that screen element of all the files by using the forward and back buttons. I just wanted you to understand that's important when you're trying to navigate. So now let me go down to the very bottom and show you, because you want to be familiar with these directory parts of the bottom toolbar. So I'm going to do a chord 4 to go down and purposely get out of the screen element where all the files on the SD card are right now. I'm not going to wait for the voice to do all these. So I'm still going down vertically through a long list of apps I have on this SD card. Now I'm on the very last one, which is WeChat app. Now if I press down one more time with the chord 4, I broke out of that screen element with all the files. I'm on the very bottom now. So here I will just go, I'll start to the far left. I broke right back into it. My bad. So new is the first one. I went right past it and went back into the files. So you have new for a new directory or a new file. If I press that, I can make a new folder, or it's the same as directory, I should say. I can make a new file now and do that. I'm going to do a chord Z to escape out of that. And then if you go to the right, search is another one. You can search by typing a name of a file if you know what it is, which is very convenient for navigating also. Refresh would be refreshing. If you put in a different SD card or a USB, you could refresh from here. This is the view that I was talking about, where right now they're in icons. I have large icons open. I could change this to a large list, large detail. Oops, my bad. Medium detail, even small detail, or a small list. And in that case, the look would change significantly, and I'll do that right now. So now there's just a list in 2 columns instead of these large icons. It might be easier for navigating. Okay, so let's now go out of this for a minute so I can show you the BARD app that I installed. So I'm going to do a home screen right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a space bar. Takes you to the home screen. Now I'm going to go over to the apps folder where the BARD app should be there now, which it is. It's the first one listed now because they're alphabetical. So here's the BARD mobile app that I did install while we were discussing this using the ES File Explorer. Now I want to show you also how you could remove it if you want. Actually, I'll show you one more thing while I'm navigating here. If I wanted to put this onto the home screen, I could do that by hitting Home 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with .8 and the space bar at the same time. So a chord Home and 8 would copy this onto the home screen. Now one other thing I want to mention is 8 is always to copy, 7 is to delete. So you'll learn that in the editor and other functions too, in the user interface, that any kind of command set with the 8 usually is to copy, like text even, or delete would be with a 7. Okay? So let me go actually back to the home screen anyway,
Yes, File Explorer. Settings.
and show you settings.
Wi-Fi.
And we're going to go down to apps.
Bluetooth. More. Ethernet. Sound. Display. Storage. Apps. Navigate up.
And you'll see here, I'll do a chord 4 to go down the list.
B2G user interface.
I updated the UI, the user interface today, so that's shown as an external app because I did it using an SD card just to test things. Here's the Bard mobile app that I installed during this video. So if I wanted to delete that, I could by hitting the center button,
Navigate up.
and then I do a chord 4-5 to tab again.
Or stop.
I don't want to. This isn't a running wild amok runaway Android app, so I don't have to do a 4-stop,
Show notifications.
and I don't want to do that. I don't want to show notifications right now.
Clear data. Disable checked. Show clear data. Clear cache. Clear defaults. Show all.
You can see all the options
Or
here,
stop. Disable uninstall.
but I want to uninstall it. And all I want to do is press the center button,
Cancel.
and again it always says, do you really want to do this? Cancel first. If I do a tab 4-5 again, chord 4-5 I should say, to the right,
Okay.
I will uninstall it.
Uninstalling.
And you can see it's very quick. I do a chord 4-5 again
Okay.
to confirm,
B2G
and it's
user
gone.